Alrighty, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. We've been having a couple of short games recently, so this one's going to be a little bit longer. And tomorrow, my upload schedule is a little bit more lenient, so I'm going to try and upload a really big game. We'll see how that one comes out. I might have to cast that one tonight as well, actually, because I'm going out for dinner tomorrow night. But I will try and make sure that tomorrow night's one is a very, very big game. So we'll go and find one of those replays, check it out. Because, yeah, I love doing them, but it's just the time to upload, the time to cast. Yeah. I mean, it is. It's crazy. So anyway, let's check out the players. Up the top left side of the map, it is Mr. PartinG, 19 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the SK Telecom T1 team. And currently getting a little bit annoyed at this stupid little drone who is blocking his expansion, but does finally get it down. Although no, I think he went and started building other stuff. So yeah, his opponent down the bottom right side of the map, it is Mr. soO, or Mr. soO. Yeah, I think it's Mr. soO because his last name is actually SU. So yeah, well, the English version of it. So I'm guessing SOO probably stands for soO rather than so, but yeah, I don't know. We're just going to say it as best we can. And yeah, he is 21 years of age, from South Korea, plays for the SK Telecom T1, SK Telecom T1 team as well. And I think I have seen these guys face off against each other previously. It might have been the same game as was in this series, almost certainly. But yeah, I mean, PartinG is definitely seen some good stuff from him in the past. So I think we saw some good stuff. I don't know. I've only cast one game, and that was versus PartinG in this series, and I can't remember what happened last game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But the expansion is down for PartinG, so a little bit delayed there. Not going to be happy about that, but still going to have it up well in front of soO's third base. So that's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So he was possibly going to get a very, very early macro advantage, getting his Nexus down so fast. Not going to happen this time. It's going to be a little bit later than he would like. So he's probably just going to be trading off even with the Zerg player, potentially falling behind if soO really goes nuts on the macro. But we will see what happens. So still building this thing. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Does it actually say how to pronounce his... doesn't exactly say on there. I get the feeling that it's soO, but I don't know, man. I mean, soO is so much easier to say for obvious reasons, and yeah, I don't know. I've made a career out of mispronouncing South Korean players' names, so I'm not gonna stop when I'm this far ahead. So we'll just have to keep going on with it until I get a comment which tells me, "Oh my God, you're so bad, Harry. This is how you pronounce it," and then I'll have to try and remember at that point. Because, of course, everybody knows that the fans who post in the comments are always right and the commentator is always wrong. So, yeah. And if I keep forgetting it after that point, it's not because, I don't know why. It's just, there's a myriad of reasons why I would not pronounce it correctly, even after you've told me. Most likely, it's because I'm forgetful. The other reason is because, meh. You know, it's just whatever. I'm the commentator. I'll do whatever it takes to make the game easier for me. This Zealot, man, going long term, but finally getting taken away by a queen. So the Zealot has seen that third base. Very, very nice stuff. We've got an Overlord over here scouting the expansion. Sees the Stargate coming out and sees the Phoenix coming out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they can definitely see what's coming out. You can see a silhouette of the Stalker. So that's actually a bit of a disadvantage for the for building units out of a Stargate, is that your opponent knows exactly what's coming out of it. Whereas if you're a Protoss player going up against the Zerg, you see an egg, you have no idea what they're currently building. So interesting, very interesting there. But the Phoenix are going to go out, going to start screwing over some of the Overlords. This guy's running away as fast as he possibly can. The warning siren going off, telling the Overlord that Phoenix are on the way. So I don't know why this is actually going off. This is like a Terran contraption or something like that. Maybe it's like warning, and it's like aliens everywhere. Where are the Terran forces? I can't see them. But yeah, there are no Terran forces on the map, so it's just going to have to keep going. This thing, look at this, it's got another alarm as well. It's got a little warning, little thingy-bob on there. That's actually, you know what? I never noticed that before, but now that I notice it, it's freaking annoying. So we're going to move somewhere else. Yeah, the Overlord hiding as best as it can into the corner of the map. I think the Phoenix are going to find it. There they go. They're doing a full scan all over the place, just flying everywhere. PartinG doing a great job so far. He's getting a ton more gateways. He's getting a robotics bay, getting his tech up to get some Colossus out there, continuing to produce the Phoenix. So he's looking to take air superiority so far. Mr. soO is going for Hydras. I assume he has a Roach Warren, and I assume incorrectly because he does not, but Ling Hydra, still a fairly decent tactic, and he just needs to start getting some Corruptors to sort of back up that approach, and then he is going to be all sorts of set. And the best course of action to counter Ling Hydra Corruptor is of course going to be Mass Void Ray, and yeah, Stalkers, no, Stalkers get annihilated by Hydras. Maybe a Stalker Colossus combo could be okay, could be pretty good, but it's going to be interesting. Bunch of Lings coming down here, 4 Zealots meeting him at the front. Oh, is he going to run by? No, he's not. I thought maybe he could run in there, do something, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. The Phoenix finally getting out of there. Do we have valid Spore coverage? Not really. This gas section's kind of looking a little bit iffy, but there we go. PartinG, or soO, sorry, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Does get in there, does force the cancel on the Nexus. Very, very nice force field placement there by Mr. PartinG to try and save that thing, but it was not meant to be. The cancel was forced, and yeah, PartinG cannot be happy about that. And here comes soO with his Hydra forces. The first Colossus is coming out, and PartinG maybe needs to hurry that up a little bit because there are a bunch of Hydras on the map. Twilight Council coming out. Has he chrono boosted? Yes, he has. Just chrono boosted the robotics facility. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as he saw all the Hydras, he's like, you know what? We actually need a Colossus out here, and we need it right now. And there's not a lot of creep on the map, so he's really can't get over to the base that fast. Hydra's speed, has that been researched? No, has not been researched. So those Hydras are slow as crap, but yeah, they are eventually going to get over there. 2 Colossus are out on the map, and suddenly so's like, you know what, this isn't a really good idea anymore. I'm going to back off because 2 Colossus can quite easily destroy that entire Hydraless army. That alarm is so freaking annoying, man. How did I not notice that before? It's just so annoying. Here we go. Spore is shaving off some shields of these guys, flying around like a bunch of turkeys looking for something to eat, and there they go, flying into the main base. Queen shoots him. Hydras getting off to the side, shredding a lot of shields, and I think these guys are just going to have to run for it. So another fly through where they didn't really get much done, although, oh, are they going to scout these? No, choosing not to scout the extra bases over here. Unfortunate, but they did kill this guy. Oh, the Hydras. No, Hydras, don't shoot them into the expansion. You shot them and you forced them to go in this direction. Now they know there's a base there. Oh, this is bad. A whole bunch of workers going to get destroyed here. Not very good at all. And the Overseer, they're probably going to destroy that. Yes, they are. Down it goes, and finally getting out of range. And here we go. Bunch of Corruptors and Mutas. So soO is not going for Ling Hydra Corruptor. He's going for Muta Corruptor. Full air tech on the way right here. Corruptor is very, very nice. And PartinG, man, he's building an extra Stargate. He's obviously thinking about doing some Void Rays right here. So the Phoenix coming back, trying to do some nice macro right here, trying to get some stuff done, but the Corruptors really shredding them down, and the Hydras cannot be helping right now. They have killed most of the Mutas though, which is not too good for Mr. soO right now. There we go, almost killing another Muta, I'm not sure, but here we go. And the Phoenix are all dead except for this one, which is going to be delegated to scouting duty because one Phoenix can't really kill anything anymore. Except maybe a few scant Overlords or something like that, but... Oh, he's sighted a Muta. The Phoenix has its last hurrah, but no, the Muta is going to get saved, is it? Yes. Joins up with the rest of them. Oh, the Corruptors and the Phoenix is destroyed. Here we go, bunch of ground forces, bunch of air forces. We got a bunch of Colossus, we got a bunch of Stalkers. Starting to get the Void Rays out, which is good. Starting to produce the Phoenix again, which is good as well. Is such a huge loss losing all of those Phoenix. It's really, really knocked him down. And Phoenix are actually going to be a really, really important unit if soO continues to build mutas, which it looks like he is planning on doing. So here we go, beautiful combination of units. Everything is sort of countered, but there we go. As long as the Corruptors take out the Void Rays nice and early, going to do a great job. The Hydra's just getting absolutely owned, but the Corruptors taking out the Colossus, doing a fantastic job here, just soaking up these Colossus. One Colossus left does get destroyed. Corruptors taking out the Void Ray, taking out the Phoenix. They've got to get out before the Stalkers decide there is something actually left to kill. So I gotta say, soO probably took the advantage there, killed all the Colossus, killed all the air units, and the ground units left over. I mean, it's a pretty good job right there. Corruptors cannot destroy ground units, they cannot destroy workers, but they can destroy every other significant unit that PartinG can produce. And I mean, Stalkers, yeah, just whatever, because the Stalkers can get taken out by Hydras and Lings extremely easily. So all he needs to do is send in a bunch of Lings, a bunch of Hydras to finish the rest off. Probably just stick with Lings at this point. And there we go, Stalkers are not a threat anymore. It looks like, is PartinG going for full ground? No, he is building it 2 Phoenix at a time, but he's going to be sort of climbing up the hill at this point to get back into it. He's got a ton of ground forces. Any air forces are going to get absolutely overwhelmed so fast it's not even funny. Bunch of mutas coming out. The Ling support is really going to have to come here. The Phoenix coming out to hit the mutas, but the Corruptors are all over them, not giving them a single inch. And the mutas coming in with the Lings. I think the Lings are mostly dead here, but the mutas continuing to try and do some support. The Stalkers are holding their own quite well there. Definitely focusing on mutas, taking down a fair amount of them. The mutas finally realizing they have to retreat. Meanwhile, the Corruptors are the uncontested dominators of the entire sky. Nothing is able to touch them, and to be honest, I'm thinking PartinG maybe it's a good idea just to go mass Stalker at this point, because Phoenix, there's no way they're going to be able to survive versus the Corruptors, so mass Stalker is a good option right here. And yeah, so I mean, he's building Muta-Ling, and Muta-Ling is never the best approach versus Stalkers. I mean, Lings are going to be good. Don't get me wrong, Lings are pretty good, but if he corners in like here, if he gets away from the Lings, if he's managed to hold himself off, then he's pretty good versus the mutas. He can do quite a bit of damage versus the mutas with the Stalkers. And we can see he's got 2 weapons here, so that's a great upgrade advantage, but it was a bit too much. He lost his 3rd base, he couldn't get the Stalkers out. I thought maybe he'd sort of sit there, soak up the damage. He was only getting attacked from one side. Maybe that was enough, but then again, there were so many Lings coming out, and I think things were just too far on so's side at that point. And PartinG just said, you know what, GG man, I'm not getting enough here. As soon as he saw his 3rd base was going down, that was pretty much it, I think. His income was just going to go down the tubes. He is losing so many workers there. So he knew at that point he was done. And pretty well fought victory from Mr. soO, man. Getting those Corruptors out. If PartinG had pushed out the Void Rays a little bit more, maybe a couple less Colossus, a couple more Void Rays, it may have turned out differently, but he did not, and soO just creamed everybody. The Corruptors were unstoppable in that battle. Nothing could stop these Corruptors. And look at that, early 2 attack on the Corruptors, man. Very big deal right there, because usually Zerg players, they sort of switch to air and they say, alright, let's switch to air now, let's see if we can get some air action going on. They don't really plan ahead as far as the upgrades are concerned, and at the 18-minute mark, getting 2 upgrades on air is not really that common, but soO did it. So he definitely, as soon as his spy came up, I think he knew that air was going to be a contributing factor. Went for the upgrades, got 2 attack on his Corruptors, and they do a fair amount of damage just by default. So 2 upgrades definitely helps them out a lot. And yeah, they did a really great job. But PartinG, man, just didn't have enough Void Rays at the crucial point of the battle. And I think that was really his major failing in this game, not getting enough Void Rays. So anyway, there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Could have done with another Stargate as well, but he wanted to build Colossus, so there you go. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this game. It's an awesome game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with a big one. I promise you a big one. And I hope I will get to keep my promise. Unless my internet dies for like consecutive hours, I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll just have to see. So anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll see you then. It's been Harry Muppet. Hope you enjoyed this game.